everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke, and tonight we're going to be having on Jason Bascom. He's going to be talking about his next chapter in the Absolute book series, One Stormy Night. Down there you can see, and it's going to be pinned at the top of the chat, so you guys can go up there and back the book whenever you want. So if you guys could give a warm welcome to Jason, that would be outstanding. Jason, what's up, buddy? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? Yeah. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
You too, man.
Yeah. It's always good to see the Burks. Yeah.
You too, man. It's been a while.
It's been a bit. I think I
Gorkle.
mean maybe a couple months. I know it was on a bit ago when Plague was on. Him and I popped in.
Yeah.
We hung out a little bit. So yeah, it's been a little bit. Yeah. I try to tune in when I can though. That's for sure.
Oh, I know, man. I see you like it's always good to see you in there, man. Like, oh, there's Jason.
Yeah, man. Well, I like the channel. It's a fun channel, and you're a good dude, so that helps too. You know.
Thanks, man.
It is. They have a good friends, good content. That's what this should be about. You know.
Right. 100%, dude. That's what I'm. And like same thing with topic list, man. Always trying to tune in on Tuesdays. And if I can, I try to jump in if there's a spot and I can do it.
I know you're busy. You're very busy. You know, you got work and you got the family, so we understand. But anytime you're able to pop in, we like it. You know, we like having you on, man.
I'm gonna get a draw. I need to get a more of a camera set up for drawing and whatnot, because usually I'm just sitting here with the board and I got to get what you and Luke got.
I mean, lately it's been mainly like 2 people drawing out of 10, and the rest are all icons or cameras. So you're fine. You can come on and just do it that way anyway.
Slap the old board down on the kneecap.
Yeah, or something. I mean, and you know what? It's fine. The true heart of Topicless is a draw stream, but that's how it also first initially got started, was as a draw stream. That's the core heart of it. But people, it's also about fun content, fun conversations, good conversations, and not always constantly negative garbage that's out there. And don't get me wrong, I like complaining too.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. But I also like to put, like, I showed these off. I was just on with the cat over at the Creative Block. I was just showing this off because I got them recently, and but cool stuff, cool content. So I got.
Oh,
I was missing issues 1 and 2. So so I got I was missing 1 and 2. So I got issue 1 and 2's on its way, and then I don't know why, but I also ordered. I think mine might have been damaged, so I ordered another copy of this X Factor comic. But fun, cool comics, you know, that's what I like. That's what this indie comic scene is about, in my opinion. So that's what Topicless is also about. Fun, good conversations about quality content and quality books. And like I said, we'd still like to, complain from time to time.
Yeah, you're human, and it's crazy too. Like, to me, like in our sphere network, Comicsgate or whatever, whatever it is now, or whoever we are, that's how we kind of came to meet each other. You guys have the longest running like live stream, stream, dude.
We have the longest running. As far as I know, we have the longest running draw stream in Comicsgate. Like, obviously, there's been people drawing on streams forever, but as far as I know, and it's also the second longest running show in Comicsgate because the Jack Show beats us out. But consecutively, we're the longest because the Jack Show has missed episodes. We have not missed 1 week of Topicless in almost 4 years. So
yeah, that's dedication right there.
Yeah, man. Dude. Every Tuesday, 9:15 p.m. Either Luke, me, or now Jimmy Reyes. It's on one of our channels at any given time. There's been times where especially when Absolute was launched, 1 and 2. There was times when I had to go to I could only schedule a Tuesday night. And I was like, Luke, I'll be late, but Luke would have like maybe Feline co-host or Plague, or somebody would pop in to help out. But there was always an episode aired. If I can't show up, let's say maybe I'm sick or something happens, Luke, can you host? He'll host. Vice versa. I even have a feeling. Let's say Jimmy, me, and Luke. Let's say we all got the flu, couldn't do it. I have a feeling if we're like, hey, hockey, can you please do topical sport? I think somebody will do it. I really do. I think somebody would step up and do it in Plague, if he's at home and feeling up to it. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to have host an episode if we couldn't do it, because it's just been something that's been going on for so long now. And
Yeah.
like you said, we haven't missed it. So yeah,
I
it's
know for
fun,
me it
man.
feels very like home, like a homey spot, to go and chill and hang out and draw,
Well,
So it's
dude, and
fucking
that's the,
cool.
yeah, and that's what we want. Like I say, it's a draw stream, but like it's in the chat or in on panel and or on panel, everybody's welcome. Like
Oh yeah.
we don't push. You could be in the chat. Anybody can be in the chat. As far
Yeah.
as I care. Now,
Yeah.
I'm speaking based on my behalf. I don't know how other people may feel, but anybody could come into that chat. I don't have anybody blocked. So panel, I might say there might be a couple people I wouldn't want on, but there's people you just don't mesh with sometimes, or
Yeah, it
that just
just is
have a
what it
bad
is.
rap or something like
Yeah.
that, and you're just like, I'd rather just keep that out because topic list, like I said, we try to focus on the positivity and just that energy and keep things in that form. So when things start to seem askew is whenever we have to kind of course correct. But yeah, dude, we want it to kind of feel like home.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And you were showing off some of those new books today. I went to the comic book store yesterday, just because I wanted to catch up on the fucking new Conan books, dude. And
Oh
they're
yeah,
the new. I don't know if you picked up the new Savage Tales of Conan today, but dude, it's magazine size, bro. I didn't know that. And
yeah.
it's so I'm like, dude, I want that. I'm like, put all the Titan Conan on my order 'em for me, and then I get a discount. I get them for $3 a piece. So it's
Nice,
cheaper than,
dude.
because yeah, they give us, a really good membership discount over there at that store. So, yeah, I got Conan and then I had to get the Goon. I love me some Goon. So I picked
Nice.
those up.
Yeah.
I got those coming.
No, yeah. Plagle told me that it was I have to text him. I don't know if I check because they every now and then they'll do like a renew your poll thing. Like they'll give you
Oh
a list
yeah.
of every comic that's going to come out, and you just circle what you want. I don't know if I did circle the Savage Sword of Conan. I hope I did, and if I didn't, I
Yeah.
hope he has one left or something because I definitely want it. I didn't message him, but I'll be there Saturday. I'll be going Saturday, so we'll see.
I'm gonna start going like once a month, and they do like one Conan a month, which is like
Mhm.
$3, and then Savage is probably gonna be like 5 to 7. And
Yeah.
I'm like, so dude, you don't got any extra ones? He's like, it's too big, dude. People don't. It's just a weird size. I'm like, oh, you're gonna want more of those. People like, there's a big audience for Savage Sword. Like over on
I
this
mean,
side of the internet, like everyone's always
it's a
screaming Savage Sword, like
It's
Buscema,
a
and
oh yeah, dude.
the
Well,
big
the
size, the
classic you can't
magazine
beat
size.
Buscema. Well, that's
Oh,
the
dude,
thing. It's not a weird size. I mean, magazine size has been around forever.
forever, dude.
So
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I guess it's a weird size. They make magazine bags and boards and stuff.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, they make magazine bags and boards. So I guess it's not a weird size, but it is. I don't know.
And Joe
Maybe it's just a
Jusko
weird
was
size.
showing off one of the covers, dude, and I think it was a metal one, bro. Like it was something about it. It was like a foil cover or something, but
Really?
it
Oh, it
looked
might have been
sick.
foil. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
like, I gotta have that in my life. So
Yeah, I hope he has some left. If not, I'll order it on eBay. I don't like to. I'd rather support my LCS. There's
yeah,
two in the area, so
mine was a lifetime membership for $100 that I paid for like 5 years ago. And it's like,
nice.
and you get like $3 for a $4 comic. It's like can't beat it.
You can't beat that.
And
Ours, with you get a membership
so
and
I went.
they'll yo, what's up, Ace? They'll bag and board the new comics for you. They'll bag and board them. Like they give you free bags and boards. So the
Oh
new
yeah, us too.
books.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it, man.
So that's cool. Yeah, and like ours, you just signed up. Like you didn't really have to pay into the membership. I think you might have paid $5. I can't remember, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
But yeah, but if I can't get it at my LCS, which I prefer to do, then I'll
yeah.
order things on eBay. Like the Zero Girl, I highly doubt they have Zero Girl #1 at any of my LCSs. Like
Oh yeah,
it's
hard.
not like it's a expensive book. It's just it's not common. So like I think I got it for like $3 on eBay. So yeah, it's very affordable.
I
But
love going to like comic book stores though, man, and like just finding like old hidden gems. Like they have this place called Book Off where I live at the mall. It's like they sell like new and used like books,
Mhm.
CDs, toys, DVDs, anime or manga, graphic novels, and I'll go in there and like there's all kinds of stuff that are I seen like Warren Ellis's Wolf Skin in there. It was a crazy looking barbarian book. I almost picked that up. Um, I seen
Nice.
Butcher Baker something Maker. I don't know, like some crazy trucker book by Joe Casey.
Oh,
Hardcover. It
nice.
was $5. I almost picked it up.
Oh, you
Um,
should have, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, but hey, even $5 is $5, man. You might have needed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like that. Though. I'll be going through the bin. I'm like, how much is this? Like, five. I don't know. Like, I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah.
even though
I
it's
just think I
affordable,
forgot.
but I'm just like, ah.
And I'm one time I went there and I missed out. Like there's been books where it's just like, damn, like they had the Ghoul by Bernie Wright in there. I forgot
Mm-hmm.
what it was. They also had the compendium of Hellboy in Hell there for $50, like big thick one for $50. Like it's used, but damn,
50's a lot though.
it's a lot.
50's a lot. 50's a
Yeah.
lot. Like Plagle sent me a link to a CM Keith Batman edition. It was a couple weeks ago. He sent me the link for like a more affordable one. The
Yeah.
artist editions are expensive as it is. And I was like, yeah, dude, I can't get it right now, but maybe. And I waited. I'm like, even then, whenever, because I picked it up, I think over the weekend, I bought it. And I'm like, but I was still like hovering over the. I'm like, can I? I'm like, oh, I'm like, I have to because I didn't want anybody else to get it because it's the only one copy was there. So I didn't. I paid. I got I got it at a discount, which is nice.
That's
So, yeah,
awesome.
I'll be showing that off whenever I get it, whenever it comes in. Yeah.
And everybody in the chat who has a wrench, feel free to drop the links to whatever you want.
Yeah, drop those links. Some great stuff.
And Jason's is up at the top too. So if you guys, we're gonna go over that here in a second. Have you seen the reveal of the Crow? The look.
I saw the reveal. I don't.
So,
okay, I know James O'Barr is still involved. So I read, it was a long time ago I did read it, but Luke has a copy of it, of the Crow trade that I had actually.
Yeah.
Like it's not mine that he has. He just has the same one that I had. I don't know what happened to mine. But he's not tatted up. Like why can't you just, like, I understand you want to make it different but the same, but you still here's the thing with the Crow, the original Brandon Lee Crow. It was good. I liked it. It was a little different than the graphic novel or the comics.
Oh yeah,
it was a little different, but it still was the same. Like it had the same motifs, same everything in there. But the actually dialogue wise and as far as like kind of weirdness, Crow 2 was a little closer, I think, as far as dialogue. But
dialogue and him being
but just make the remake closer to the comic at that point. Then. Like make it like since, dude, we were just talking about this on Creative Block. Like make it like Sin City. That's the most accurate comic book depiction on motion picture. Make it like that. I understand there's some scenes like I know like she dies in a car accident or whatever. They that happens around anyway. It happens on the road, not in his apartment. Right. And Fun Boy bangs the girl after she's headless. Yeah. And kind of graphic, but you don't have to show it, but you can still say it. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like you still say like, Fun Boy, you're messed up. She ain't got no head. Yeah. You know, so make it like that and then have that trippy stuff between him and the Crow, that dialogue that they had. Like there were some weird sequences. Make it more like that. Like I don't understand, like why is he all tatted up, dude? I'm not upset about the actor. The actor's fine.
He's perfect, I think.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Not the design. It was just
like
horrid, bro. I was so let down.
The tattoos take away from the makeup, the face makeup. Yeah. That is iconic. The
makeup was horrible too. The makeup was horrible. It's like the spikes are supposed to be like that, and they're going like this, and the hair. He looks like a trailer park rapper, dude.
He does look like you're not wrong. Well, Plagle equated it to Diantwood. There's the band Diantwood, the guy in it. He's like, he looks like him, but the makeup for the Crow is iconic, and that's the whole point of the Crow was that is the makeup. Like and if you have tattoos on him, it's gonna distract you from the other makeup. It's just gonna look normal.
Tattoos are horrible. They're like cheese ball, like bubble gum, like you get them at the grocery store out of the machine tattoos.
It reminded me of the Joker, Jared Leto's Joker.
Heath Ledger, the damaged Joker. Like, just trash, man. Like, I don't know.
Jared Leto Joker, yeah.
And I think that like a lot of people were like, I know I was under the impression we're gonna be talking about this Crow shit later on. I mean, right now and on probably another show I do, just because I'm a big fan of the book and the movie.
Oh, dude,
I love the second movie. I like I like City of Angels, the sequel with Sarah grown up.
Dude, I didn't mind it. But here's the other thing.
But I didn't love it.
The Deftones are the Deftones are in that one, right?
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is fucking dope.
Yeah,
dude.
so I mean, you can't be mad about that.
Korn's
But
best song, I think, is on there. Sean Olsen, that's a badass song.
But the other thing is with The Crow, like you're gonna obviously upset. Like, and I get it. You people age out. You have a younger audience, so you can maybe get people in. But here's the other thing: The Crow has more than one story. Like there's more than one.
Yeah,
there's more than one comic. Just make one of those other comics.
A bunch of them, dude. Like the one with the dude from Juarez. That one's pretty crazy. The one with the pregnant lady. You know,
pregnant lady one, dude. Alex may leave artwork. Are you kidding me? Like so
just take
good.
one. And the fucked up thing is, you're calling him Draven. Like, if you want to call him Raven or fucking something else, you know what I mean? And or Eric Crow or something stupid. That's fine, and let him be fucking white trash rapper SoundCloud boy. That's fine, and I'll probably go watch it too. But don't call him Draven. I don't know.
No.
So I was extremely let down by this. This is like this and Nosferatu were like two big, and Hellboy are like the big movies this year. I'm kind of pumped for.
Now, I will say we haven't seen a trailer yet. I'm not happy with the way he looks.
I'll go watch it. I'm gonna go watch it regardless.
I'll probably, depending on the trailer, I'll probably watch it. If the trailer looks like total trash, no. If it has a little promise to it, yeah, I'll go watch it. I'm a fan. But and that's the thing, dude. I do credit Sin City to a lot of my art stuff, but The Crow, that is a huge influence to me as well. James O'Barr, that's what just so good, dude. Like
good.
It wasn't perfect. It wasn't neat. It wasn't totally correct.
He gets better. His art style gets better.
His art style gets better as he goes. You're right, but it was so creative. It was just so good.
And I love the mythos too. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I'll go watch a Crow movie, even if it's dog shit. I like the Crow. You know, like like Predator. I'll go watch Predator movies just because I'm a Predator stan. I'm a Crow stan. You know, and I didn't like the third Crow or the fourth one with Furlong. I forgot who the second one was. Some other actor. I forgot. That one was But I didn't like the TV show either. But I'll go watch.
I don't think I ever saw the TV show.
Yeah, leave the Crow alone. There ain't no coming back.
Well, and that's the thing. Leave Eric Draven alone.
Yeah, leave Eric Draven alone. That'd be a cool shirt.
Leave Eric Draven, yeah. Because there's so many
so many Crows.
James O'Barr did a lot of, and that's what's great about The Crow is that it can be different
mythos.
People. It can be.
Like, make a medieval one. That's what Christ God was saying. You know, wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah, that'd be dope. There's so many different
Viking Crow.
Okay. And that also harkens to Predator. There's so many different stories you could do with Predator just because of the way the original story was created.
Mm-hmm.
All through time, you could have everybody wants to see the Predator versus Samurai. Oh, yeah. I know we got a taste of it in Predators, but everybody wants to see him in ancient feudal Japan chopping stuff up with like samurai. People want to see it. Like, it'll be dope. Definitely. Or Knights, the Crusade.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Cool.
Oh, totally, man.
You know,
and that's like when he's like that's when he's really hunting humans at that point. Like, that's when like we were at our most like badass. We're during those time periods. Mm-hmm. You know, not right now. We're just kind of just pushing buttons and dumping, pulling triggers a lot of the time.
Dude, Predator goes down. He doesn't bring any of his like high tech stuff. It's just him with like his claws and his spear or something.
Yeah, maybe a club. And maybe
it's like because they don't have guns. Why should he? You know what I mean? Like they're predators. They're gonna they might have a slight advantage because the stuff they have is a little more high tech, but it's still equivalent in the fact that it's a bladed weapon at some point. Yeah. So they would want that sport. They hunt for sport. That's what they do. It's like The Crow. You could do so many different stories because of the mythos of it.
And it's precious, and it should be, but also it shouldn't be. It should
be,
and it should be, and it shouldn't be. For me, it should be because of what happened with O'Barr and what happened with Brandon Lee and how they all loved what they did. And then there's that, and the movie is it's a masterpiece. The book's a masterpiece, but also what happened afterwards. Like all the other Crow books, they're fucking dope. There's a lot of it should be a different one-off. Every movie should be a one-off. That's how I would treat it. I would do it as a TV show. Even I think a 1 hour show you can nail it down.
And I don't think people would have trouble following or make it as like an Amazon Netflix thing or whatever. Have a season of it, like 8 episodes.
That would be sick. Different
That'd be so
people. It could
sick,
be an
dude.
anthology, bro. That'd be sick.
It would be so sick. You could have 8 episodes of
Mhm.
one of the crows, and then the next
Mhm.
season would be another telling of a crow mythos. It would
Yep.
be so
And you could
good,
do a lot
dude.
in an hour, dude. You could tell a
You
pretty
can do a
meaty
lot.
story,
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying. You can do
revenge
a lot in
story.
an
Yeah.
hour. So imagine if you had 8 hours. You know what
Oh
I
yeah.
mean? If
Oh
it
yeah.
was a season,
Yeah, I
you'd have
love
eight
that.
episones.
I think we're onto
8.
something, Jason. We should
We should
tell
buy the
LeVar.
IP out and do
We
it.
should. Yeah, dude. Like, and I'll say this. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Fucking Momoa's test makeup fucking footage looked better than this shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he was Draven too. Well, that movie got. I mean, the movie kept getting canned. He has a long beard, and he's got the iconic crow makeup, long black
Mhm.
hair. He's like running around and shit, like jumping around and shit. But yeah,
Well, he's a metalhead, though. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
it's kind of
he
perfect in
kind of,
some ways,
in some way, he's a little too bulky, but I think he could still pull it off because he's a metalhead. He
Yeah,
has that mindset. You know what I mean? He knows
they were gonna
life,
change
but
it too, though. With him, he was gonna be a cop. I heard allegedly he was gonna be
that's
he was
fine.
gonna be a cop.
And
But
that's fine. You're gonna
whatever.
change it. Like I said, we have different crows. So as long as he's not Eric Draven,
He was gonna be
like,
Draven though. That's the problem.
oh, okay, never mind then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, call him like John
No, don't do that.
John Raven or something. I don't know. What up, Hex? Thanks everybody for
What's up,
stopping
Hex?
by. Remember, if you guys got a wrench, please drop links to your campaigns.
Drop links. Yeah.
Get them going.
Or your YouTube channels.
Yeah, your YouTube channels,
And
whatever you want.
If you're new, if you're watching now, hit that like and subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really pumped for that. I don't know if you're into or know about the same actor. I think he's a great actor. He's got another movie coming out, an action movie. I think it's a Sam Raimi movie, or allegedly, it's coming out at the same time. You'll see promotion. They're promoting it. He's kind of like the Pedro Pascal, Oscar Isaacs of the year. He's in all these fucking movies coming out. Nosferatu, this other action boy movie, and then The Crow. I'm really excited for Nosferatu. I love the Northman, so I can't wait to see what he does with Eggers, what he does with with Nosferatu.
Well, I liked what was the one with William Dafoe?
The Lighthouse.
No. William Dafoe played Nosferatu.
Oh, Shadow of the Vampire. That one.
Shadow of the Vampire, dude.
Because he's gonna be in Nosferatu either. I think he's playing one of the.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I think he's playing one of the dudes from Midnight, because it's gonna be a gothic horror movie, dude. Like in its truest sense, And The Witch was good too by Eggers. He's one of my new favorite visionary directors. But yeah, dude. And then the Hellboy, we haven't seen shit for Hellboy.
I didn't even know about a new Hellboy.
Yeah, nobody knows about it. They got the guy from The Strain. There was this actor in the Strain, that one of the characters, he was like a Marilyn Manson-esque type character, and he gets bit in the show, and then his dong falls off, and then he becomes like one of the main leaders. His name's like Jack Kesey. He doesn't really have that Hellboy face, like Harbor had the face. Perlman's born to play Hellboy. This guy doesn't really have the face, so I'm interested to see how they kind of pull it off. But it's going to be an Appalachian horror witch story, and it's going to have the Crooked Man in it, and it's written by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. So we'll see, man. I'm really excited about that.
Written by. Do you know who's directing it?
Yeah, it's one of the Crank directors, and I actually like those guys. I really like their movies. I like all their movies. I don't love
Crank
them.
Crank is so good.
Crank, Gamer. I like the movie you guys fuck with all the time. Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. I like that one too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I like that one because they let him play Ghost Rider in there.
Dude, that movie.
So.
That movie would have been good if the plot was different. Like, I didn't like the kid. Like, I didn't like that whole thing. Yeah, I was like, yeah, but him.
I enjoyed it.
That version. Yeah, that version of Ghost Rider. Him playing Ghost Rider like the way he did. It was
some of the scenes were cool.
Some of the scenes were just so good.
Whatchamacallit, and then the other guy was it was a combo team. It was Naval Dean and Taylor, and Taylor is the guy that's doing Hellboy, but Naval Dean would get on the rollerblades and do those little like shots. He would get on like a bungee cord, and I don't know, like there's a scene where Idris Elba like goes off a cliff and he's dumping, he's that drunk monk, and he's filming behind him. So they would in the Crank movies. Me and Sim were talking about the Crank movies.
So
I love those movies. So
at least the cinematography and directing might be really good. You know, so at least there's hopes in that.
Yeah.
I didn't see, like, I only saw the I always mispronounce his name, but what Galdura, who did the first two, director,
Oh, the first two,
Hellboys.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
Guillermo
Del
del Toro.
Toro. Yeah, that's it. I always want to say Benicio del Toro,
Yeah, yeah, totally, man.
but no, and I know it's not him, but yeah, he did such a great job, with
So
those
good.
two. And I
Yeah.
didn't see the newer one, the newer one that
It's okay.
that
It's worth the watch, but it's not on that level.
yeah,
But
and
there's
that's the
some fucking
problem.
it's there's some badass shit in there. The thing is, they really, the one thing that was cool about it is they brought in a lot of the Mignola world building, and just little Easter eggs in there. Like you get Lobster Johnson played by Thomas Hayden Church in there in a secret scene at the end. That was really cool. His Hellboy had some cool stuff in there, like fight scene wise. And yeah, you just like a lot of the characters
Well,
from the book that didn't really get didn't get really shown too much. The Hellboy in Mexico sequence in the intro was fucking awesome, where he's fighting the vampire luchadors. That's cool.
okay,
But there's a lot of, it's worth a watch for sure, worth a
okay.
watch.
Well,
But it's
I
like
it
there's a
was
lot of crap in there they shouldn't showed.
well, it was
It's
more or
the
less
final
the
story, dude. In the mythos of Hellboy, they're
right.
relaunching Hellboy with the final story in the mythos, which is, do you know his origin story? You know what he is? I don't
Mhm.
want to. Okay,
No,
so
yeah,
the Arthurian legend, they're showing you that he's a descendant of King Arthur. You
right.
shouldn't know that, and in the first fucking movie, so they should have done Wake the Devil, I think, which is the second book with the vampires and then the Yahtzees and the fucking gorillas with the all that stuff would have been a badass movie, man. Like I think if they would have just done that, Wake the Devil, the second graphic novel of Hellboy.
Well, and once
So
again, there's another comic character. Like, okay,
yeah,
so people,
yep,
I get, like with, you got Captain America, Iron Man. They had like decades upon decades of stories that are like, what do you pick and choose from? You can kind of intermingle some things and still keep a core element of things like Hellboy, Sin City. Like, it's all right there. It is all
yeah,
right there. You don't need to do the Crow. You don't
Crow.
need to do anything. It is all right there. It's so
It's
perfect that you don't
finite
need.
too, and
Yeah,
it's laid
you
out.
don't. It's laid out. You don't need to touch it. Like I said, other characters I can understand, and switching a little thing here and there that doesn't really change too much of it because there's so many decades of
No,
things
you're
that they
right.
can. Like there's some things that are just like you said, they're finite.
Yeah,
So it has it's just so let's say there's only 4 issues of the
yeah,
story. That's
yeah.
it. It's like what? Why are you changing anything? Why are you diverting from anything? What? It makes no sense to me. Like so. Yeah, they should start with this, or they should have done it this way. And you're right, and they should. And I don't know why they don't. I don't know if they
Well,
think.
and what gets me like infuriated and like just like really mad is this the thing, like people say stick to source material, and it's like, yeah, there's that, but this one word when it comes to comic books, and it's just like, motherfucker, storyboards. They're fucking
Yeah, they're
storyboards.
storyboards.
They're gift wrapped storyboards with color and ink and fucking
Yeah,
word balloons. They're
they're
storyboards,
storyboards.
and all you
Hmm.
got to do is fucking. They're there. They're gift wrapped for you, and they still fuck them up.
Well, and not only
Um,
that, like I was telling Luke,
El Dark Gift.
you
What up, brother?
what's up, man? Good to see you, Anthony. Like I was telling Luke, you're right. They're storyboards. So why not just hire these creators or these creatives, come up with new storyboards, a whole new comic of the like get Chris Claremont, John Byrne, whoever in there, have them develop it, a
Yeah,
whole new thing. It would be like a new comic, but in a movie.
yeah, dude.
It's not a hard get Mike Mignola in there. Granted, he's about it, and,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean, and have him do a whole new insertion of a story for Hellboy.
yeah.
What? Why is that so complicated? But no, they get people that either have never read the source material or they've read maybe like 2 or 3 things. They think they have the concept of it, or they don't talk to the original people, or they just don't care and they scrap it. Like I don't know. These people treat it like it's theirs when it's not. That is the one thing. Look at like the classic comics and
What up,
stuff.
brother?
The people that came in after like Kirby, Ditko, Finger, all those guys. They came in after them, respected what was before it, and so they were like, "This is not mine. This is theirs, but I'm gonna treat it like it's theirs and do
Yeah,
the best faithful version that I can. Get pay respects, but by putting my own little spin on things,
a
like
little
with an art
something.
style.
Yeah,
a little art style,
tiny.
a little something, something, a little more character development further, not erasing, but
Yeah,
developing.
I think the Crow is a good example. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Proyas put a little bit of this and that, like put it in a
yeah,
Gothic cathedrals and a lot of Gothic architecture. Like for me, a big difference is like the Crow is it's more Detroit street and the movie is a lot more Gothic. You know
yeah.
what I mean? That's the way how I see it. You know, it's really down in the. I mean,
Oh,
they're both. The book is both, and the movie's both, but the book is a lot more street, dude.
yeah.
In the gutter, you know. Which and
Look
I,
at what Tim Burton did with Batman. Batman, the
yeah,
Batman '89. Like he might have changed a little bit, but it still
yeah,
kept that core essence of what Batman was. Like he didn't disrespect. Dude, Harvey Dent was a black dude. No one cared.
yeah, totally,
You
man.
know what I mean? Like it didn't matter because he did it right.
Oh yeah,
So
totally, man.
yeah, I just don't understand why they just don't take these creatives or these creators. If you want to make a Crow, and I know James O'Barr is involved, then why does the Crow look like that? Like
I
who
know,
made
dude.
that decision?
You probably got involved
So
with the paycheck or something. Like that's the only
maybe,
way
or
I could
maybe
see
he's
it.
involved in like the dialogue and the structure, but not so much the look. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what level he plays into it.
Well, as far as getting books right, man, you got it right for this book, man.
I
You
hope
got the
so.
art right, you got the price point right, man. Like you got these awesome tiers. What was going through your head when you decided to go with this direction with this book?
Well, I always wanted to do a silent comic ever since like I was talking about earlier. Ever since I read Silent Night by Frank Miller. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
this is brilliant. Like
Yeah.
I mean, there is a word balloon at the very end of that book. That's it. Other than that, it's a silent comic. I wasn't a GI Joe collector, so I didn't like. I wasn't fully aware of the Storm Shadow silent the Snake Eyes silent books or like comic. I wasn't fully aware of it until like a few years ago or years after starting to collect. But yeah, so I read. I'm like, this is brilliant, and you know, things happen. I end up doing Absolute Book 1 and 2, and then Ink Spots like the Laura Frog G that happened, and then I injured my shoulder at work. A
Mm.
while later, I ended up getting surgery. And after I was like, okay, well, I got to finish my Frog G pages before I go into surgery because I don't want Ink Spots having to wait on me. That's the last thing I want. Like, I
Yeah.
don't mind waiting on Ink Spots. I don't want Ink Spots to wait on me. So I finished my pages out the day before surgery. So I met my deadline because I injured my drawing arm, my shoulder. So I couldn't. I knew I was going to be in a sling for a while.
Right.
And then I ended up healing after a long enough period of time, and Ink Spots was still coloring it. He got hit with business at work. He had major health issues, so I was stuck. Like I was drawing, just doing random stuff. Like what, I always did want to do a silent comic. I'm like, I didn't want to have to write anything, mainly because I didn't want to conflict with Frog G's mind. Like I didn't want to be like have to go to write Frog G, but I have absolute mindset writing in my head
Mm. Yeah.
because it's totally different. Like
Right.
it's the dialogue, the characters, like it's just the way it's formed, the flows. It's like Ink Spots is a major co-writer. Like he wrote. I was more or less a co-writer than he was, if you know what I mean, on Frog G.
Yeah.
Like Ink did a lot of the writing, and I was like, hey, what if he says this? So, but either which way, I didn't want to have to worry about that mindset. So I was like, if I do a silent comic, though, I don't have to worry about writing anything. So, uh, I mean, you kind of have to write it in a way in your head, like
Yeah.
he's
Totally.
thinking this or saying this as he's doing this, but you just don't put it in. But that's what kind of brought to this was that I was waiting for Ink Spots to finish coloring Frog G. And I'm like, let me see if I could do this 24-page book. I knew I was going to keep it short. See if I could bang it out, and I was able to. And I told everybody, and I still like I meant it. Like if Frog G was finished while I was in the middle of doing this, I would have stopped doing this and just pivoted to Frog G because this wasn't live. It was in sign up stage for a
Yeah.
while. So I would have just pivoted straight into Frog G. This would have just sat on the shelf until I was done with Frog and was able to get back to this at some point. But I was able to finish it out. Uh, I launched it just because I was like, okay, well, I don't want to have to worry about fulfilling Frog and this at the same time. Like it just would be very, very just conflicting. So I was like, if I launch it now, have a short time frame, like kind of not like a quick like 15-day or anything, but short enough time frame that I could get it shipped out and still get Frog G later to ship. So So yeah, so that's what kind of brought me to this one though, was just waiting and being like, okay, well, let me bang out my 24-page silent comic, and I was able to do it in a couple months. So
That's awesome, man. Like,
thanks.
and for this, you're gonna go full like you're gonna do full traditional, or are you doing any digital work?
Oh well, the book is completely done, so that's good. But it's all traditional except for the sound effects. Like it's a
Ah,
silent
okay.
comic, but there are sound effects in it. But yeah, it's all traditional. I didn't with like because with anybody who's watching here, well, you might be new to me if you're watching. I don't know. I have visual problems, so with stuff like Frog G, even Absolute One and first half and Absolute Two, I would either do complete digital with or like Frog. I would do like 20% digital, print it out, and then ink it completely because
Right.
it's just easier for me to see the form and the precision. I can get more precise with like smaller details like eyeballs and stuff digitally than I can traditionally because my eyes suck.
Mhm.
But this is all traditional. I
Oh
wanted it
yeah,
to be gritty. I
yeah,
wanted it to
yeah.
be indie. I wanted it to be just loose and just fun, man. I wanted to have a lot of fun doing it and get
So you
messy.
had fun on this.
I mean, I have fun on every project, but I had fun making this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How long did this book take you to make?
Uh, I did crank out the first 5 pages in 5 days. So I
Damn.
wanted to see
It's
if I
just
could do a page a day.
yeah, right, right. And
I
then it's
wanted
like,
to.
fuck.
Well, the main reason why I wanted to see if I could do that because I was still getting paid. I was getting workman's comp from work, so I injured myself at
Oh,
work. So it's like I wasn't getting a paycheck, but
yeah.
I was like, if I had to do this as a job,
Mhm.
could I produce pages in an adequate time frame to even get out at least 2 books a year?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, if I put out a page a day, the answer is definitely yes.
Right.
Now, the great thing about indie is we don't have to do a page a day
Yeah.
because we want to get high quality content, and this is still high quality. But this is a different quality than what like Frog G is, where it's a little more precise. This is looser. This is faster.
Yeah.
This is just grittier, and I
Yeah.
wanted it to be that way. But uh, I could be more precise in the other way, and so I could still do maybe even 3 to 4 pages a week and still crank out 2 books a year, and it could be my full time job at that point. So you'd be getting 2 books, maybe even three
Mhm.
campaigns a year or books if we are able to do this full time and just go like pre-order system. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I could still pump it out, and if this were my living, I would be able to do it just fine. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if I could. I want to say it maybe took me 2.5 months, mainly because I did those first 5 pages, and then I would be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna watch TV with my mom this day, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
draw on some sketch covers this day, or I'm gonna do this. So I didn't, but every page that I worked on, I finished that day.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, there was a couple pages where it was like a day and a half, like it's splash pages or something like that were a little more involved. But other than that, if I sat down to work on a page, because I was off of work, like I didn't have
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
I wasn't off of work, I was on workman's comp, but um, I didn't have to go to work, so I was able to just sit down and crank out a page in 6 hours or 12 or 4, all depending on what was on it.
Oh yeah,
So
totally. This depends on the
yeah,
page, right? Like for me, like
exactly, dude.
I like to do like little 2 hour sessions, like draw
Mhm.
for 2 hours, then get up and go walk around and do something else, come back
That's not
two
a bad
hours.
idea.
I could do that for 16 hours or more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that, and I
Well,
heard that from multitude of comic artists. That's what they do. And I'm like, damn, this is fucking awesome. Like, oh, I'm gonna go take the kids to the park. Boom, come back. I'm gonna draw 2 more things. Boom, I'm gonna go
well,
make some dinner. Go to the gym.
the
Boom, boom.
other great thing about that approach is it's actually smart because you're supposed to step away from your project for a little bit to get fresh
Yeah.
eyes on it when you go back. That's the whole reason to do that, and that's very smart. I don't really do
I try
that.
to do that. I try to
Yeah,
do that now too, but
no,
I
it's
only have
good.
like 3 to 4 hours after work usually, and then I don't do nothing. Like tonight, I'm not gonna do nothing because Thursday it's just all about
Well,
kicking it,
no,
YouTubing and stuff. So
okay.
you know,
Here's the thing about that. Yeah, I hear you. If I have even a 3 hour stream, like because you work or whatever, but if even I have a 2 or 3 hour stream, by the after that stream, I'm like, I'd have to draw before then because if I don't after that stream, I'm like, man, I'm just exhausted.
oh
Like
yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know
go
what
straight to
it
bed.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go
it's
right
like
to bed. Yeah.
or you wind down by watching a couple episodes of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something. You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I
Some
mean? Yeah,
Reacher.
but you don't. Yeah, you kind of want to shut your brain completely off. Like,
Right.
you almost don't want to do anything.
No.
So, yeah, I
No,
hear
it
you,
takes a
dude.
lot. It takes a lot. Like, like for me, it's like the same. I don't know. Like for me, it's the same as like drawing, like doing a show.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like it's
Well, you're
to me,
putting energy into it. You're
yeah,
putting
it's the energy.
energy into it. You're interviewing. You're bringing up chats and comments. You're talking to them. You're also like thinking of questions. And you're maybe looking at this. You're bringing up past. You're still putting in work. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do these people that do 5-7 hour streams? I don't know how they do it. I was on with a stream a
Oh
couple
yeah.
times.
My ass
With
would just like explode or fall asleep and just like I
And
get
not
like
only that, I'm just
no
like,
blood
oh man,
circulation.
I'm just like, I drew a 4 hour piece, like it's highly detailed. I'm like, I'm kind of done. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to do
Yeah.
now. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know how
100%,
people do
man.
it. Yeah.
Can you give us a little well shoot, dude, let me I mean, I've been showing this campaign off, but now I'm on
Nice.
my cuz I do a Metal Movies and Brewskis live
Yeah,
show
yeah.
on Saturday nights at midnight, but you want to give us a little you want to do the gist of this book for us?
Well, I can't read it, but I can tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the most complicated story ever. He goes on an adventure in a stormy night. Like, that's really it. It's not a
That's awesome.
it's not a heavily deep, it's not The Watchmen. But no, it's and that is what it is. It's the samurai priest. He goes on an adventure during a dark and stormy night that will forever change the landscape of Pazeus. That's the city that everything is kind of confined in a little bit, or absolute in a way. I don't like to say universe, but because it's really not. It takes place in a very isolated area of things. But yeah, so the samurai priest just goes on this little adventure, and it happens over the course of one night. So it's a
Nice.
single one shot issue. You don't need to know what happened before it. You don't even need to know what happens after it.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
yeah, it's a standalone little thing. It's a little
Dope.
adventure that he goes on. So it's got action in it. It's got like atmosphere and mood.
I love that, man. I love the way
Yeah.
you draw the lightning and the rain, him walking in that,
Thanks,
you know.
man. Yeah, it's a
It's
lot of
really
fun, dude.
I can't
I like
wait.
it messy. I like it messy. So yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
like I said, it's not a complicated story. It's not something that's like huge character development. And even though I do like character development, um, it's a fun project and in a way almost an art book. Like, if you don't the story, like if you're trying to follow the layouts and follow the story and it doesn't make any sense to you, at least you got some cool artwork. Because I liked what I did. I think it looks dope. So at least you have some fun artwork to look at and be like, oh, this is actually good art. I like what he did here. You know what I mean? But hopefully you can follow the story. I think it flows great. And like I said, it will, if you get this, because it will further the absolute IP. Let's put it that
Nice.
way. So if you get this later on down the road, you'll be like, oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And it's
But
crazy,
if
man.
you,
Like your styles change too, man. Like some people would think, oh no, his style's the same. But like, dude, like judging from this to where you did for the first two Absolute books, it looks different, you know?
I was
Um,
trying different things.
okay. Like
Yeah,
even
I
the
was
anatomy and
trying.
things like that look different, you know? It
Well,
looks dope. I love it.
no, no,
I
no,
like
and you're
that
not
stuff too,
wrong.
but
With Absolute 1 and 2, like even anatomy wise, I was trying to be a little more. It's not anatomically correct. Don't get me wrong. 1 and 2 are not, but I was trying to be a little more accurate to comics in that the comic sense of things,
mhm.
if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
in that anatomy type aspect.
right.
Like I said, I'm not an anatomy artist. I do know how to do accurate anatomy. It just would take me longer. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. With this, I was playing more with form, shape, and graphic
I love it.
design. Yeah,
I think this is your
like,
best work, like this and
thanks,
Frog G.
man.
But I mean,
Thanks.
definitely, like,
Well,
yeah, I
that's
love
the
it.
thing. Frog is different in that regard also, because it's
Yeah.
a little tighter. Even though like, I do get messy a little bit. It's tighter.
Hmm.
It's I mean, yeah, it's in color, but it's tighter. It's just cleaner. It's more comic formatted, but still has that indie feel.
Absolutely.
I call Frog G is what we call, or what Ink and I like to call like a mainstream indie comic. Like, it looks like it could be in a comic shop any day of the week, but as an indie book, like Dark Horse.
Oh yeah,
So,
totally. It
like,
yeah,
and yeah, this
that's
could probably be
exactly what it is. Yeah. Like
and that's exactly what that is. Yeah.
I wouldn't even like put that in Dark Horse, but I would like it's weird. Like Like they wouldn't sell it, but it could be sold by them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's weird.
when Frog is all done with, because there's gonna be 3 48 pagers, so maybe we'll try to push it to like Dark Horse or somebody to see if they'll go. We really want Dark Horse. That's what we really want, but
I
we'll
think
see.
your book's good, man. Like there's nobody. I don't know anybody out there that draws like you in the industry. I can't name anybody that.
I mean, I have my
you have your own style.
influences. I have my
Yeah,
influences like
I
St.
mean every.
Pleath and Wayshack and stuff like that. Sienkiewicz,
Yeah.
you know.
But still,
Um,
bro, like no one looks like you. You have your own style, man. You're one of those visionaries. There's very few. Another one out there,
you're too kind, man.
Brad Moore. That's a big one too. A lot of people aren't into that guy. I don't know if you read the what's his name. Donald's been posting a lot of stuff about it on Twitter lately. The Luther Strode books, man. Those are a big influence on me. I don't know if you ever picked those up.
No, DM me.
Hard,
DM me.
hard recommend.
DM me something. Yeah.
Now it's they have it in one book, but it's 3 books, and it's basically like, what if this kid, like back in the day, when you would read comics, it would be like that Hercules like thing, the ads in there, you know what I mean? Well, the kid actually reads it and learns how to fight, and oh my god,
okay.
It goes crazy though, dude. He turns into like, it's like, what if Peter Parker was Michael Myers that knew like this crazy form of martial arts and no one else knew, and then in the second book he gets like 3 times the size buff, and in the fourth one it's even bigger, and then he's like, you're dealing with like Cain from the Bible. It's his actual like fighting style, and it just keeps unraveling and unraveling. He's fighting Jack the Ripper and all these crazy people, and the art is just fucking out there. Like you will love it, dude. You will love it. Best trilogy I've read, and for as far as like a graphic novel trilogy, they were floppies at one point, but I'm just like, damn, this shit's solid, And the dude kind of did that, and then like disappeared. He did like a Silver Surfer Black, and then he also did the Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes run. He created that Ghost Rider with the car, the Ghost Rider, which is pretty cool. But Luther Strode, I'll DM you some shit.
Yeah, DM it to me. That way, like DM me like an omnibus or a trade or something like that. I'll even find the original things.
The action sequences in there, like the way the bullets go through people's heads and like just the physics of that book, you will love it, dude. Nice. You'll be like, damn, Matt Burke, that shit was fucking dope.
Yeah, I recently just picked up Nick Klein's Viking book that he did through Image. It's like a European format, and Klein is doing Incredible Hulk right now, but if you get that Viking book where he colored it, he painted it, it's so good, dude.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
So
good. There was a couple Viking books I was going to pick up today or this weekend at Book Off.
Well, it's an older book. It's from 2009, so you could just, dude. I got all 6 copies on eBay for like $15.
Damn, dude, you're gonna have to send me the link.
It's affordable. Well, I mean, I don't know who else is selling all 6 copies at $15, but I'll send you a link.
I got another one called Bloodrick. That book looks pretty dope.
Sweet.
It's a new book. There was a 3-issue run. I have all 3. I haven't read them yet, but
because it's like. It's just tough for me to read. I don't really read too many. I mainly just look at the pretty pictures, mainly because of my eyes.
Dude, for me, the art has to be like the art has to be on point. Solid. For me, it's art, and then it's the story. I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
No, and I follow the rule of cool, and it's cool to me. That's what I care about. Like, if it looks cool to me, as long as I'm having fun, I'm gonna put it out. I hope people like it. If they don't, I'm sorry. It's what I like to do. So
same here,
what I mean.
Yeah. Same here. I'm the same exact way.
And then you got a dope Shelby Robertson cover.
Yeah, dude. It's like that cover, like like you're fucking doing that. Like you're gonna break my like no one cover rule or one cover backing campaign thing. With this, like it's obviously like a nod to like Sin City, and it looks fucking dope.
And it is. And Shelby, he just drew it, and I'm like, well, dude, I saw him drawing it. I'm like, dude, what's that? That's cool. He's like, oh, it's your variant cover. I'm like, no, dude, this is not supposed to have a variant cover. This is supposed to be a simple campaign with one cover.
Right, yeah.
He's like, no, dude, this is your listen, bro, listen. This is your variant cover. And I'm like, we'll see.
Well, he's one of those artists, dude, where like you just like, well, I'm having a variant cover then, I guess. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like,
I mean, it's Shelby, dude. It's Shelby. He's an amazing talent. He's a good, solid cat, and he's all about comics. That's why I like hanging out with Shelby. He's a good guy. Don't tell him I said that, though.
I won't tell him. Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you.
And then you have these sketch cards going up right here. They're colored, huh?
Yeah. Just because Well, with the tiers, I want, because like I said, it is a simple book, so
Hmm.
I wanted to have some kind of other artwork aside from original pages. So I'm like something affordable. I'm like, so I'll just do limited sketch cards, and I'll just like these aren't stormy, but I wanted to do something in color, so with some
In the
Copic markers
universe.
and yeah. So yeah,
And I think we have one left, brother. There's only
oh, there you
one
go,
left,
nice.
guys. You guys get the book and the original sketch card. It's only $40.
Yeah,
This is a extremely limited item. So if you guys want, come and get it right now. I wouldn't pass it up
yeah, they're
if I
fun
were
to
you.
draw.
So
So yeah, but and that's the other thing. I don't have any stretch goals. I don't have it like there's nothing wrong with stretch goals, but
yeah,
I've never backed a book because I'm like, oh, if I back it, maybe in like another 2 grand, I'll get stickers. Like it's I like stickers, don't get me wrong, but it's never been the main incentive, and it's never been something that pushed me over that edge of backing something. Like I backed it because I like the art and the story. That's
yeah.
it. I get the extra
Yeah.
tchotchkes cool, but it's not why I'm backing a book. That's the other reason why this book is cheap because I'm not doing anything else. I'm not printing anything else. I'm just printing the
Right.
book. If I had to print the book plus trading cards, plus bookmarks, plus stickers, plus magnets, plus I would have to be like, look, and yes, stretch goals are made to do that, but I still would have to charge a little more for the book to
Yeah.
balance some things off because sometimes you underestimate things happen. But I was able to keep the costs down because it's just me. There's no editor. And maybe I should have had an editor. Maybe I should have, tossed it over to Shay or Piper or Aldous or somebody and be like, hey, does this flow? And that would be it. But I didn't. I just kept this all in house. It's all me. So I was able to keep the price point down. Now I could have probably charged 10 for this, and I was like, economy's a little rough. Let's go a little cheaper.
eight
So
bucks, man. You can't beat that. And then you get the two
yeah,
covers. 21
I
people
mean,
got them. I mean, both covers for
yeah,
14. You know.
it's a great deal because you're saving money. And I've said this plenty of times. If you're backing and you're from Australia, every tier first off, every tier has the option to get it signed by me except the retailer pack. So if you live in Australia, please don't have it signed. Here's the reason why though. Hockey is gonna. I'm printing them in Australia, and hockey's gonna ship them in Australia.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So yes, so the shipping cost is the U.S. price pretty much, like the shipping U.S. So it's a lower shipping cost in Australia than normal because of that reason.
Mm.
Because hockey is going to be like I'm going to have a print run in Australia. Hockey's going to fulfill those. So and then hockey's going to also have some overprint in case he goes to cons or something like that. He can then sell them at the trade show, and we can split the cost.
That's
That way he
awesome,
could,
man.
yeah. So it also gets him involved too because hockey's a great dude, great artist. Everybody's going to love his book that's coming out. So and he's more than willing to help out. He wants to help out. He likes doing it. He wants to help the indie comic scene grow because he's going to have a book out too, and I'm sure he would love that help as well. So
Oh yeah,
you know,
man. Totally,
yeah,
man. It's all about helping everybody out, man. As much as
yeah,
you can.
that's what
I
yeah,
think,
that's what it's supposed to be about.
And I guess I'm gonna go over some of your tiers real quick, man.
Sure,
I was
dude.
talking about the featured one, which is both covers right here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a great deal, $14. You can get the single one right here, $8. I haven't got the book yet, but I'm definitely gonna back it after this
Thanks, man.
stream because I want it, and it's
Thanks.
gonna close up pretty soon. And you got the variant cover right here by Shelby, again $8.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the retail bundle. Any comic
Five.
shops watching right
Yep.
now,
Five.
get in
Five
there and get
books.
it.
Yep.
$5 for 35. You got the one sketch card left, guys.
Yep.
One sketch card to your left. All right,
Thank you
you
for everybody.
you
Yeah.
sold a gang of those, man. How many? You had like
Yeah.
10, huh?
Yeah. 10 of them. Yep.
And you got some OG art right here. You can put some of this up on your wall.
Yeah, the panel art and then splash page art. So yeah.
And you already
Oh
sold the
no,
cover.
yeah, that's right. That's right. I only have the panel art left. The splash page is all sold.
Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah, the cover's gone.
cover's
Everything's gone.
gone.
So
Yep.
get in there, guys. He's there's only a few of those. So
Yeah,
get in there and get them.
and like you had said, it's ending soon. Yes and no. Uh, I'm going. I did say on Shay's when I launched on Red Valkyrie, they asked me, "Are you doing 30 and 30?" I said yes. I changed my mind, but not. I'm
Hmm.
gonna do 30 and 30. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna do 30 live and then 30 in demand.
Okay.
The reason for that is if I do 30 live, it'll go in demand. I'll get the money from the campaign because the book's done. I'm going to get the proof at the beginning of the month
Yeah.
and see if everything's flows, if everything's printed right. If everything's printed right, once the campaign ends, I'll get the money a few days after that. I could just send out my print run,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and then I can get the books back faster, and I can get it shipped faster. So, but it'll still be in demand for 30 more days. So people can still back it after the first 30 while that 30 is in demand. Then after that, I'll probably close it up. So it will be a
Mm,
30-30 campaign. This is supposed to be a short campaign. This isn't supposed to be
yeah,
something where I'm like, I'm going to leave it in demand for 7 months and then, get more backers to get. And that strategy works. Don't get me wrong. Like you're going to get more money that way. But this isn't to make me money. This is to make the book and to
yeah,
get it to the backers. Like I do want this to be my job. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to have this be my job at $8 a book though.
Mm,
Like
that makes
like I
sense.
said, yeah, like if I was having this lettered, if I was having it written, if I was having somebody color it, I would have to charge $25. Like
Yeah, and have it like in a in demand store or something.
and have an in demand store to try to get as
Extremely
much, yeah, to
limited
try to.
supply.
Right. And you have it in demand because you're getting paid for this, make it your full time job. That way you can, because we're supposed to be getting paid for doing this. Like you don't work for
Yeah,
free at your regular job.
right.
So,
100%, man.
yeah. So, so yeah. So you, like, there is time, but there isn't time left. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I never understood that whole, oh, this is going to end soon, but there's another 30, but oh, it's going to be in demand for 7 months. So it's not ending soon. And it's like it's gonna end soon-ish. Like there will be another 30 after this, but it will only be in demand. And I
Well,
have to
hear that,
calculate
folks.
it.
There's only a few more days left, and
it
again, there's one sketch card here. There, he sold 9 of them already. Come check it out. The time's running out. I know I'm going to back this tonight. So,
yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
man.
And the people who back the original pages and the cover or whatever, I'm probably like it says in there you only get one. I'm gonna send them both covers. Like it says in there you get like the one book. You're spending that much money, you might as well get both covers.
Damn,
So
that's awesome, man.
yeah, I mean it's the least I could do, dude. And that's the other thing about it being my campaign and my book and my thing. I don't have to check in with anybody.
Yeah, it's yours, huh?
It's mine. Like Ink and I get along great. Like we're a gangbuster team. We work well together. But I run everything by Ink. I'm like, hey, dude, do you want to do this? Should we do this? Can't we do this? Like, because it's his.
Right.
Frog G is his
50
also.
50.
I'm not gonna sit there, dude. I've had people say, hey, uh, I know this guy that can draw this card for you. This is an example. I know this guy that can draw this card for you. He's $100. I'm like, cool. Let me run it by Ink.
Yeah,
I,
100.
I
Yeah,
don't say
exactly.
yes. I don't say yes. I see what he thinks. If Ink says no, it's a no. Well, not because even if I were to be like yes, it has to be both of us. It can't be just one or the other. So, and we work very well together.
No, I mean, if I'm going half on something like with Brian Kreisco, we're doing a Puritanian book. I go 50
Nice.
50, like
Yep.
everything. That's how I
It's
do it.
got to be, dude. It's got to be.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
have
the
to
other.
have it that way. It's the way it's equally invested,
Well,
both
and
parties.
not only that, you have to have somebody that you know you're going to get along with, that you
Oh
know
yeah,
full
for
well,
sure.
that doesn't have an ego,
That's a
that,
big
because if
commitment, 50 50, dude. You have to
big
know them
commitment,
for
dude.
sure. You know.
And you can't have
So,
two people with strong egos. It's if you have one person with a big ego and they kind of get fine, it works. But if you have two people with big egos, you're gonna clash. The
yeah.
fit's gonna hit the shan. So you have to be be cooperative and compromising and be like, okay, I want him to say this, you want him to say that. Let's maybe mix it together, or maybe he'll say your thing here and he'll say my thing next time. Like you have to compromise. You
Always.
can't just yeah. And Ink and I, dude, and we work great together. We're pretty laid back. If he's just like, hey, I want to do this, I'm usually like, yeah, cool. If I'm like, hey, dude, can we do this? He's like, yeah, that's fine. Like because this is about having fun and it's about having a good time and doing what we love. We love making art. Like we love making artwork and we love comics. Comics are an illustrative commercial thing, but like I think with people like Sienkiewicz, like the people I'm fans of Sienkiewicz, Keith, and all those cats, they put art in fine art into comics. So
Oh
to me,
yeah.
comics are an art form because they
Same here.
introduced that element into it. Back in the days of like the spirit and like the Space Ghost or whatever, like it was all mainly just technical. Like you have to draw this line or the romance comics and stuff like that. It wasn't really so much of an art form as it was just a commercial illustration.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the people that came after that were more doing more underground indie stuff. They were experimenting and they introduced fine art into comics, and it made it an art form. And Ink and I love doing it. So, and he's a beast on colors. Like, as you said, I didn't know it, but he put out an update. The book is fully lettered. The editors have it. So,
Oh yeah.
so we're waiting on them to get it back to us to see if everything's cohesive and all the things gel well and stuff like that. After that, it goes to the printers for a proof because we got to see how the colors print. Ink has to see how the colors print, not me. I wouldn't be able to tell. But he has to see how the colors look right. If they do, then we do the full print run, and it'll be
Colors are big, dude.
months. Yeah,
That could take a minute, man,
they
before
take
you
a
guys
minute.
get your
They
colors
take
right.
a minute. Yeah, so hopefully everything's good on that part of it. And while we're waiting on that, gonna pump out the supplemental. Gonna get that finished. That won't take too. That won't be too tough to print out because it's black and white, colored cover. But yeah, and to make up for the lateness, we had this card printed out.
Oh, nice.
We had,
Let me show
so
you.
every backer, everybody who backs now gets
nice.
this all foil Sarnunos card. Because the book is late, so these are not cheap, by the way. So yeah, so then you get Sarnunos card.
So Frog G's in demand right now, guys. You guys can back this book and get this card.
So as an apology for being late, we're giving everybody one of these beauties. So like I said, these
awesome,
cut in the cost budget because we didn't plan on putting those in that sheet. But yeah, no, we did it as an apology because Ink does feel terrible. Like I said, I was doing my line art, and Ink just life happened, and he wasn't able to. Yeah.
Until you do a campaign, like that's the only way you're gonna know. You know what I mean?
It's the only way you're gonna know. And
it's easy to be a customer, and a creator, but be a creator to make a book, or a customer, or a make a book, and shit happens sometimes. That you cannot control. So
and that's the thing. We will be in Discord, hanging out in private, and he'll be expressing just in general how terrible he feels about it being late. He really doesn't like it. Like he doesn't like it. So we feel you because we're fans too, and we back books also. And when we have late books that are late to us, we don't like it either. They're like, oh, where's my book? So we get it. We get it. So yeah, but like I said, you're gonna get this. It's at the editors. This is Frog G2 will be like almost practically done before we launch. Like we're not gonna do this. Yeah, we're not gonna have this happen again. So it's gonna be like anywhere between 70 to 90% done before we even launch the thing, because mainly because we saw life happen. So that way, even if it takes a year and a half to do all of it, at least it won't be late then after that. So yeah, but it's we work well together, and when we were going through and writing it and stuff like that, because you flip through it, it looks solid, man. This book looks fantastic.
It does,
really,
man.
It looks like all 48 pages. They're gorgeous. It looks like it belongs in a comic shop. It's so much fun. Like it's just we have a good time doing it, and we're hoping to have the Frog G2 to be a little bit more bombastical, hopefully. So we got
Frog G. Hey, I was gonna say, Jason, maybe you could tell for people that don't know about Frog G, maybe you could do a quick little synopsis.
Yeah, well, Frog G fits in with a lot of stuff actually, with Absolute, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So you don't have to back One Stormy Night to understand Frog G, but during Absolute Book 2, there was a tier that I had because I didn't have a drawn in tier, and I don't have mutants in my comics. They're called affected, based on like alien experimentation and just breeding. They became mutated, so they became affected by the aliens and stuff like that. Anyway, so I had a tier. Instead of being drawn into the comic, you could become a trading card. And you'd be a D&D playable character. So, because I used to play D&D when I was younger, a second edition, and it would have those stats on the back of it, and you get to make that character. And so, two people, I had two tiers, two of them. Nefarious of Global Frequency had backed the one. He was a dragon of hoarding artwork and artists. So it was pretty fun to draw that one. Matt Yackey colored that. And then Frog G, the mod, the person in the chat, he backed the other one. and he came up with Frog G. And I was like, I always want to work with ink spots because I've seen his colors on other things, not just cash grab. And I'm like, this guy's really good. He colors like not traditional comic style. He colors like
Yeah.
how I like. And I still like traditional comic style, but so I asked him if he wanted. So I hit Frog up. Frog created the character, he created the look. I drew it up, and then I shot it to ink spots, and he colored it. And then when we put it out, people were like, "Oh, this is really cool. When does this comic come out?" And we're like, "No, this is just the trading card you get if you back Absolute Book 2." So people were like, "Oh man, this would make a great comic." So
Yeah.
we're fans first. We're for the fans. That's what we. That's where we first got into all this because of the fans. So we put out Frog. We were like, all right, you guys wanted it. You got it. You got a Frog G comic. So that's where this comes from. So this story is about a guy who he gets turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess and then gets sent on a quest by death itself to kill a god, win back his humanity, and get back to the woman he loves. So it's a fairy
Damn.
tale. It's a fantasy, epic story of adventure. And there'll be 3 books, 48 page books with each campaign is going to have a supplemental that accompanies it that you can
Oh,
back.
nice.
Yeah. So this one, the supplemental on this one is the fall of Sarnunos. Sarnunos is the god that Frog G has to kill.
Mhm.
But it's the fall of that character, that villain. So that's the supplemental in this one. So you can back that. You don't have to. It's not a requirement to know the full story. They're just like little side things. So, but they're still cool and so fun. And the supplementals are all drawn. Well, this supplemental, I should say, we don't know what we're doing in the future, but as far as the plan is for the supplementals to all be drawn by ink spots, and then I ink them digitally. So it'll be kind of like it captures that absolute style
That's
in that
awesome.
regard. Yeah. And ink spots is a phenomenal illustrator. People don't know really his full because they mainly
Yeah,
just
this
see
is
his
awesome.
colors.
This
Yeah.
is some of his art right here.
Uh, there's the. Yeah, I mean, you can tell which ones are mine and his. Yeah.
Yeah, on the left is his the
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like I said, because we have Frog, we have Frog G, like that's the main book right now. There's gonna be 3 of those, but Inkspots and we have other IPs that we have. I have
Good stuff.
Absolute. I have other characters in Absolute that I want to do. He's got a character called Metal Mayhem Rock Boy.
Yeah, I can't wait for
So
that one. That's
yeah, dude. Plus he's got
dope.
other really out there ideas. We have things that we really want to do, and like even one time we're gonna do maybe a flip book where I'll have like a 24 pager on one side, he'll have a 24 pager on the other side. So we have ideas, and right now, Frog G kind of it's our first collaboration, and it kind of got us involved in just what this is ours. Like nobody could take this away from us. Like this is what we're doing. This is ours. This is our thing. So and you know what? We're having a great time doing it. Granted, life's thrown in a few curveballs, but we're still having a great time working on the book. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's the main thing is that you're having fun. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah, dude.
you guys get coming back, Frog G. It's going to be available for probably a little bit longer than Stormy Night.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah, it'll be.
I'd say you got a little bit of time. Stormy
You got a
Night,
little bit more time.
you don't have as much time. It's very
Right.
limited, but you need both these books in your life. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie,
You do.
they're gonna be fucking so fun. So
Well,
get
and
in
that's
there
the
and check them
thing.
out.
Like, if let's say you want to back Absolute, well, because it's $8. You don't
Yeah,
quite have the
yeah,
funds to bet, like, and you want to get all the covers for Frog. So you back
yeah.
Absolute at $8. You can actually hit the little follow button on the top of Indiegogo with a little heart. If you click that, you'll get the updates. So it'll remind you kind of, hey, I want to back that book. That's right. So it's a good way to go about it. Or you can just share it out on your social media, and then you'll see it later on. Like, oh, yeah, that's right, I was gonna back that.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's a good way to help us indie artists out. We gladly appreciate it. And
Yeah,
but yeah, man. Well,
yeah.
thanks for coming on, Jay, man. I really appreciate it. We're going about an
Thanks
hour
for
now
having
or
me.
so.
Nice.
Can't wait to have you on again.
Anytime,
And
man.
it's I'm excited for One Stormy Night. I'm gonna go back the book tonight before I go to sleep.
Thanks,
And
man.
where can people find you at, brother?
Find me on Twitter there at Unhinged Ent. That's entertainment. It's not tree ent. Unhinged Ent. Also YouTube. Unhinged. I do blind guy draws videos. I go live with topic lists every other week. And I also do sporadic video live streams from time to time. So yeah, check me out there.
Sweet, man. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I have a show on Saturday nights too. It's Metal Movies and Brewskis Live. We talk about monsters and metal and all kinds of crazy shit. I'm going to be launching a Butch Cleaver 2 campaign on there, catch up tier on the 16th, and I'll have both these books available right here. You can catch up, and we're going to have prizes, and first 10 backers are going to get a sketch card.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, and thanks everybody for watching. Again, thanks for coming on, everybody in the chat. Hope to see you sooner than later. And yeah, always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
The cold still entering my body from all sides. I awaken from a cold cocoon inside a skeletal